Namaste and welcome to Monday Magic. I am Jess Gentinen, and it is my honor to hold this space and presence while we all settle in to this profound moment. Night one of a 12-week series in Monday Magic, the last books of the Essene. Unlocking these and the I Am presence is an incredible gift and moment that we said yes to and came here for right now at this moment. We all said yes and said we would be here. These ensoulments, the lost books of the Essene, were so profound the day that they emerged and birthed back on our planet. And they were truly waiting for this moment where we will be unlocking, and they were right for this moment. You are going to be blessed, amazed, stunned at the timeliness and the profound gift that is being given to us through the unlocking of these books. Monday Magic is an incredible opportunity for us to come together. And please know that I'll be in the chat tonight if you have any questions, and we have a beautiful community of support. So please do join us in the chat. Shri and Kira will not be able to join the chat. However, there's an amazing group of beings there just waiting to offer you love and support and community. So enjoy that. And please offer yourself this moment to get your water, grab a tea, make yourself very comfortable, and prepare yourself for a sacred experience, a profound experience. Really give yourself the opportunity to dive in deeply with these lessons and to share in the gifts that are coming forth. This is an incredible time. In the rebirth moment, in the October moment, in 2021, in this up-level experience, we are here now for a reason, and we have done it, and we have said yes, and we're going to keep going. Monday Magic gives us the blessing of coming together, receiving insights, support, and the unlocking of these profound lessons. And it is a co-created moment. Together we are better. And thank you. Thank you for your donations, for your registration. This is 100% service program that we are offering to the world. And Shri and Kira, Master Lady Kira Ra, Wisdom Teacher Shri Ramka, through their tenacity, love, commitment, sincerity, presence, they bring this forward as 100% service to us all. And your donations, your registration, all of that goes to supporting Clinica Linda. Clinica Linda is helping people be free of pain. I was at the clinic recently and saw the overflowing parking, the overflowing lines of beings, beautiful beings that are experiencing relief from lifelong pain, that are receiving the gift of care and compassion. And truly, there was a record-breaking day at Clinica Linda just this past weekend, and there is so much to share. This evening, we will be sharing how your gifts support people and share what's been happening with Clinica Linda. We will be sharing with you in community and receiving the wisdom and the gifts that are birthing forth from the beautiful experience and journey that is Monday Magic. This is a journey. These are not just going to school and learning lessons. This is a profound alchemical transformation moment. So let yourself really dive in and enjoy, be with these. And knowing that if you're registered, you receive the Upleveled PDF and access to our Zoom calls and recordings. And it's so incredible that we can just continue to receive the gifts that are being given here. And we, with all our heart, thank you because of you, Monday Magic has birthed, is possible, and so many beings are being supported and helped through your generosity and love. Every dollar makes a difference, and you are making the difference. So bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath. And allow yourself to smile and notice that you are activating your mastery presence, that the law of instantaneous manifestation is you. And that in this moment, we are creating something that is allowing our children's children's children to enjoy this beautiful world. You make a difference. We're making a difference. Thank you for being here. And this evening, as we get ready to settle in and welcome in Master Lady Kira Ra and Wisdom Teacher Sri Ramka, just know we're going to enjoy a journey and be open. And as Master Lady Kira Ra and Sri Ramka are coming in, just know in this moment that you are important, you matter, and your presence is making the difference. We're going to watch a beautiful short film all about Clinica Linda and what's been happening and the miracles that are occurring. And know that these miracles are evident everywhere. As we create one miracle, we birth so many more. And as we stand in our awakened presence, we hold the portal open for 100,000 more, as Archangel Zadkiel says. And now we've expanded that to even 1 million. So we are holding for many beings here. Thank you. Please enjoy this beautiful short video and see the difference that you're making and the beauty of these beings that are being served.
Hi everyone, welcome to Clinica Linda. I'm Dr. Lorena Vintimilla and I'm here with a patient. An amazing changes we can see. Let me introduce you. Salude. Cuénteles.
Ahora ya estoy bien bonita, acabé mi jalat bordón y ahora ya estoy sin bordón, nada, Diosito del cielo. A los años encuentro la mejoría, Diosito.
So, she's saying that she had a knee problem, that we have been treating her for most, maybe a month. And we can see amazing changes as well. The patient, she's saying that she finally is able to walk by his own. She's not wearing disposal to help her to walk. So that's amazing. Please keep us help. Let us help us.
It's later in the afternoon today on Saturday, and you know, Clinica Linda is open every Saturday, and we have been very blessed that we are serving a lot of people. And your donations matter. And you know, how often are you not aware of the fact that you are honestly saving a life, that you are honestly making a difference? And today, one of those situations happened.
Clinica Linda. Usually we treat patients of pains, relief, and that stuff. She came with a terrible headache. And in first sight, I told her we cannot treat the headache. But I took her blood pressure and wow, a surprise. She was 220 over 160, a completely emergency. If we don't do anything, she will probably be dead in a few minutes. So I run in my car. I usually carry this bag, this little thing full of pills in case of emergency. And I had the medication, the exactly medication for her blood pressure, and we gave her, and immediately we sent her to the hospital. So she is feeling much better, and we save a life. So please help us donate with the donations. We are getting more people, and we are full of patients right now. Every Saturday, every day that we are open the clinic, we are full of patients, 40 patients, 50 patients, and more people is coming. We need more hands. If you're able to help, please, you're welcome to Clinica Linda at Tosa.
We are here doing our best to help people have pain-free lives, because when humanity has less pain, we are able to function better for our families and for our friends. We are delighted to be with you in this community of friends helping friends.
Hi, Shrinkira. Look, these are the patients for today, Saturday. We are ready. Send your love.
And welcome in Master Lady Kira Ra and Wisdom Teacher Sri Ram Khan this beautiful evening. Thank you again for being here. I'm so honored. Many blessings. We love you.
Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Jess. And we are so grateful to be here with you right now from the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. We are actually sitting in an old monastery in Merida.
Merida is right in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, the heart of Maya country, and the energy and the temples and the expression of nature here is robust. And in that energy of coming forth, the robust energy, we are delighted to be with you this day to share the lost books of the Essene.
And, you know, before we dive into that, we want to just thank you again for connecting with the blessing that is the Clinica Linda Foundation. And the Clinica Linda Foundation is an Ecuadorian foundation that is formed exclusively for the support of the energy and the expansion of Clinica Linda's worldwide. It is our sacred intention to bring these clinics around the world, help us attain our vision of 1,800 clinics in the next 3 years. And part of what we've been doing while we've been down here in Merida is having the blessing of walking the sacred land of Ubatsman. And we find it to be no accident that we are filming here in a monastery in the land of the Mayan, talking to you and bringing the first lost book of the Essene. That symbolism, that depth of the universe speaking to all of us right now is not lost on us. And we know it is not lost on you either. You know, right now in our world, it is October 2021. And we are heading into a moment, it's going to be the very last day of this month. And so we're going to timestamp that in right now, that no matter when you may connect with this first lost book of the Essene, you will always have gone forward into the final day of October in 2021 and offer to yourself a day in divine communion from sun up to sundown, where you are outside of all belief systems. This year in particular, and last year was the first time through the concentric dimensionality and the opening up of spiral time that we were asked to really hold that presence. And this year, more of us are needed to hold that presence than ever before. And so as we call in from a literal 1640, this monastery we're sitting in right now, right? This monastery built in 1640, in the heart of the land of the Mayan, which we have had the blessing to be walking this week, and from the soul of the universe and the pulse beat of the balance of the world at Tosa Blue Mountain, and the heart that is seeking to rise again at Legadatlan, we open the lost books of the Essene 2021.
Yes.
I want to say personally, before Sri continues, that I remember the last book of this series because I remember that it was the first time we had ever been given such direct pay attention. This is important. This is not for publicity. This is not for fame. This is not for fun. This is because it freaking matters. This is outside of ego. This is outside of all that would seek to stop us all from lifting. Because we are at a time where the constrictions that are coming in upon the energies are so great that the gift is that for those that are in their expanded consciousness, you're being anchored in expanded consciousness. You are anchoring at a level you have never would have dreamed possible. And for many, we know it's early. You're being invited to a seat at a table that perhaps you weren't sure you were ready for. But the key is the table's here and every one of us is needed. Every one of us. to continue holding the positive outcome of the balance. We are not projecting, we are holding in that field of divine neutrality for the restoration of balance. What we are witnessing is what happens when the allness says, how far into imbalance can we go? It's one of the things allness does, and we all co-create it. That's the smile. The smile is to witness it from that experience, thereby having the capacity without judgment to call the in-breath, so that the out-breath is a restoration. And in this moment of this extraordinary Mercury retrograde, for many other things that were outside of all of our control, this is the moment, this is the day. The birds are singing. Shri and I are with you live today because here in Merida right now, it is 7:23 a.m. Just went to 24, 25. 26. And so as we are recording this in this day, we also know that Jess and Sue and Dana, who's down at Tosa Blue Mountain, really helping to keep our babies, we're blessed, are all in the chat. And so enjoy each other, celebrate this moment, because right now in this moment live, we are literally in the air, flying across this beautiful planet on our way home to the seat of balance of the world, Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary, at the equator of this divine experience. And so we are breathing with you right now. We are here. And in the experience of all time, we are also right now flying in the skies of this beautiful planet, holding you in our dreams and our sacred space. So thank you for joining us.
It's truly a pleasure to share the lost books of the Essene. And I know for myself personally, and I think for many of you, there is a closeness. The Essene Brotherhood, the Essene communities did indeed populate this planet, and it wasn't that long ago. So as we work with this material, you're going to find yourself having memories and your hearts opening, and the truth of what's being shared is truly both cosmic and now. So let's take a breath together. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was good.
I want to do another one.
All right, let's do another one.
Ave on the inhale. Here we go. Let's begin.
And so here we are. So for those of you that have had the kindness of saying, yes, I'd like to donate to Clinica Linda, you are receiving these PDFs, and Shri and I will be putting up the PDFs, so no worries if you don't have it. It's right here. You're going to see it right now. However, if you would like to get copies of these PDFs plus access to these videos to really dive deeper into this, plus join Shri and I over at Zoom starting next week, then please click on the link below, give your donation to Clinica Linda, and join us, because we look forward to joining you there as well. For all of us that are here together, we are so grateful for all of you. And for our YouTube family, help us expand. Please subscribe, and please let other people know. We are having a fascinating issue with people unable to find our channel suddenly. And so the only way you can find out about us is to let other people know about us. We are now literally a grassroots. And so no matter what we've tried to do over the past year, they keep changing things to make sure we don't grow. So if this work is valuable to you, if you have found your way here, help us, let other people know about us, because the only way we can connect now is through you helping others, helping us, each other together. We are better. I am as you are, and welcome to the birthing of the Essene heart.
Let's take another breath together, and we will begin this divine connection.
Yes.
The Essene brethren, in unification with the benevolent ones and the T12 share through Master Lady Kira.
Now, if you are not familiar with the benevolent ones and the T12, the benevolent ones first came through in Peru. So another very strong moment to acknowledge that the benevolent one's energy is a very powerful energy. You can learn a lot more about them on our website, trainkira.com. However, they are a 33rd crystalline dimensional energies that hold open this portal of higher consciousness. And the T12 first came through in New Mexico, I believe. Yes. So the T12 are really carrying that energy of North America. They came in when we were at our ranch, Tosa Ranch, the first Tosa community in New Mexico. So this is very much a salutation that's saying we're all coming together. And what's so beautiful about today is that when this group first showed up, it was at our ranch in Tijeras, New Mexico, North America. And today we are broadcasting to you, and I waited to unlock this here in Merida. So I feel very much about, we are, the original came in North America.
Yes.
We are sitting in the bridge in Mexico, moving into Central America, as we are flying home to South America. So it feels very much like we are anchoring the energy, that the Kundalini of the planet is very much coming into a greater alignment as we move into this sharing. So let us continue.
Yes, we are here. It is with a great and glorious hello that we welcome you today to a bountiful recognition. In the exploration of your world, many energies have been discovered in many worlds.
So let's take a breath on that. Many energies have been discovered in many worlds. So what this is the immediate call to our multidimensional presence and concentric dimensionality. Those of you that have been having the blessing of all of us going through the time surfing over the past several years now have really been navigating what it's like to become conscious in concentric dimensionality. And I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's always understood. What we are inviting you to appreciate is that we are concentrically affecting our own conscious experience right now in a way that we have not ever done before. And what that means is that we are now having to carry and available the consciousness of our awareness of our consciousness. So I want you to breathe in what that's offering. With every breath, it's a miracle we're even still here. And when we go through these 12 books, because Shri and I are now delivering these books because we know where they go, we don't know how they'll be unlocked, but we know where they go and have been. This is that moment, that invitation to remember you are so much more than what you might perceive this is.
Yes.
And to celebrate that, and to call in the joy of that, and to know that we're ready. We're ready, or this miracle of the unlocking of these books would not be happening. This is a miracle. All right, let's continue, Shri.
Okie doke. Many energies in many worlds. We say, share, and offer you understanding and recognition that a new time is at hand. And what is new has always been. And what has always been is now ready to be understood, discovered, and revealed again.
Concentric dimensionality, right? I mean, it's just affirmation, affirmation, affirmation. So let's just dive right into this. The return of the Essene energy. Just bring a hand to your heart and receive this blessing.
We share with thee, beloved ones, the energy of what is called in your world Essene. To understand Essene is to understand your origin as beings. Your divine energy of presence in all that has ever been. And the recognition that in your world, many energies have hidden the Essene revelations for many, many, what you call years.
So breathe that in. And one of the invitations as we move through, especially some of the things we're going to be sharing in this discourse, is let go of where your mind might want to respond and rather pay attention. This is one of the first moments when revelations started getting with more specifics. And so try to relax whatever the third dimensional mind may want to overlay and lift and just receive in your higher consciousness. Just take that in as we read the next few paragraphs.
Within your world, you are at a great return of a cycle as it opens a new cycle. This brings you an opportunity to understand, to be, to express.
Now just breathe that in. An opportunity. And I love the way they phrase this. This brings you, that they're calling out to you. Okay, master, look, yeah, you're here. You're at this turn of the cycle. Remember, you chose to be here. This is like a champagne moment, right? So this is a call to you, letting you know there's an opportunity. It's not saying you're going to take it. It's an opportunity. And that's what's so valuable to look at here, is that it's always your choice. This is how we always know it's the highest, right? It's always your choice. This is an opportunity. It is your opportunity to understand, to be. And I love that they use the word express, because in the being, the expression is, it simply is. It's the active force of the consciousness. It's the exact, it is a smile to consider that when the consciousness arises to the moment of the expression without the need to know, that there is only the highest flowing. So consider that you allow yourself to simply just keep saying yes to your spiritual experience, just keep saying yes to that which you know is true, that you just keep holding on to it, as she and I have modeled the yoga of self-ascension for 20 years together. And that there is that moment where everything dissolves because that which you are is an active presence. And here's the smile. That active presence actually is more active in the body of form than the being that got itself there. So I'll let you play with that one. And we'll go back into the screen share. And there we are. All right. So in your worldly era
of 1930 to 1946, many energies were discovered, re-examined, listened to, discarded, feared, energized, polarized, loved, understood, and misunderstood.
Now really go back and look at all those words and pay attention, because they're really going out of their way to say, look, there was a broad depth. Everything was coming. So you're going to want to give yourself time with that this week. Go back in and underline those. All right. It is our express loving intention to share with you the understanding of what is Essene. The time is now in your world for the 12 missing books of the Essene to be revealed again. And I want you to notice there's a footnote there. So we're going to take you to the bottom, because there it is. This reference, this absolute reference, is confirmation of the spiral time experience. So remember, we came right in with this on page 1. And so the use of the word again is a direct reference to the entire series of books, because as Shri and I were sharing with you earlier, we know where these books go. Many of you have read these books before, right? So this is a gentle call for us all to remember that we have read and lived all these books before. And I want to add a word to that: in this lifetime. In this lifetime. So I want to just really bring this to your attention, because they're inviting us to. Those of you that have read the Lost Books of the Essene, that have connected with the Lost Books of the Essene, some of you who are with us right now were with us live when those were delivered in New Mexico and all around the world. We are right now literally receiving them again. And this is your first conscious loop. Regardless of any of the other series you may remember, this is the one where we're being called to. And so this conscious loop is inviting you to remember that you are now in this timeline where that memory was another timeline. And for those of you that are receiving this for the very first time, you have surfed into this line right now so that we could all be together in this moment now to call forward the conscious expansion of all humanity from the sea of neutrality to carry the harmony of balance and hold the smile of the awakened consciousness that sustains the open portals. This is why we're all at this table together. This is why igniting the sacred sites around the planet matter. This is why every ounce of resource and energy Shri and I have is going into Tosa Blue Mountain, into the resurrection of Tosa La Laguna, and into the preservation of the sacred Umbats tradition and the Mayan lands. This is extremely important. And there are more seats at this table. So the lost books of the Essene, right now, in the greater context, is saying, we are offering these to you for the first time in this time. Breathe. Yeah. Keep going. You can do this, guys. You can do this. You've got this.
All right. We have waited for this moment of vibrational expression. This is a reunion of wisdom for thee. In your current worldly experience in the 1940s was the end of a war that was called the Second. A great discovery was made. It was hidden because of fear. It is these 12 books of the Essene that we share now and over the next months.
So this is, again, a really powerful reminder that these books were shared over many times. And what's so beautiful is that when these books came in, when we first had the honor in the early 2000s, that time they were not hidden, they were released. But prior to that, when they had been discovered, they were hidden due to the fear of the enhancement of consciousness, of what they ignite. So taking a breath, and again, with the smile that this time is happening again.
These books exist in your world and have been hidden out of fear. And only through fear does your mastery energy arise with clarity.
There it is.
This is because you must look at and be clear through your fear.
This is why so many who are on their spiritual journey, who consider themselves to be very aware, very awake, never quite have the clarity, the abundance, that law of instantaneous manifestation really harnessed. And it's because your mastery energy can absolutely arise and be present and start offering a guided experience of attraction in your field. However, if you carry the fear, the clarity cannot appear. It's just that easy. It really is.
To bring forward these wisdoms of divine understanding through the Essene presence that you have been and will always be, reignites within your heart a healing flame of divine presence that transcends bodies and minds as it brings forward great understanding of all that has ever been.
Take in a breath, because it's time to recognize that if you're here, you already lived these books.
We begin today with the first book. Ignite your heart to move deeply within the understanding that you have lived these 12 books that we are revealing to you. In 1943, 3 years of linear time prior to the revelation of what you call the Dead Sea Scrolls. These 12 books were found.
So this is, I appreciate that what they're doing is offering us that in that linear time experience that we have a memory of, and right now as these are coming forward, that this was all in that same period. So it was all very much around the time that the Dead Sea Scrolls were coming around. So they're bringing in a lot of information here. So we're just going to go through and read it and let you just receive it.
They were burned many years after they were found. This was done so that they could not ever be disputed and would be hidden, as many of the sacred books of your world of the ancient mysteries have found their home in fire.
Now, this is important. What they're saying here is they were actually burned by those that thought that humanity was not ready to receive them. They were basically saying that we don't want them found because we don't want them to be manipulated, and that we didn't trust that humanity was ready. So that's a really powerful energy, because that's a very powerful judgment energy, is it not? That everything, you know, needs to be hidden. It's an interesting energy that buys into the victim consciousness of deservability. So this is an important acknowledgement. So let's unpack that.
Yeah. As many sacred books of your world, the ancient books of ancient mysteries, have found their home in fire. Yet, through fire arises a transmutation of energy that opens the portals of reunified wisdom that exist within a stream of vibrational consciousness and fields.
So those streams of vibrational consciousness and fields are here in this experience right now, which is why we are unlocking this book. So breathing deeper, let's continue.
There are those who believe that fire destroys the understanding through the burning. Fire releases the wisdom into a greater vibrational harmony that waits for the moment of divine recognition when your heart floats in that vibration. It is here that it reassembles into divine mastery presence. In your world, there is a collection many call the Nag Hammadi Library. When this was completely found, these 12 books were again part of this gift. Those involved with the destruction of the first 12 were again called to examine the second 12.
So I want to go back because we want to spend a moment on the divine mastery presence. So I want to go back up to those little, the highlighted words there. This is important. I want you to bring your hands to your heart. Fire releases the wisdom. What it's saying is, look, fire can only destroy the dense, but it releases the wisdom. That which is released, right? This is the funeral pyre, right? So fire releases the wisdom. It actually is freeing the wisdom into a greater vibrational harmony, meaning that it's no longer in paper because it's an experience of energy that is available to the all. The only key is it says it waits for the moment of divine recognition. So it's just sitting there, it's eternal. The eternal wisdom cannot ever be burned. It cannot ever be destroyed, right? Gandhi said it the best, right? They can break my bones, they can burn my body, but they will never take me. And so fire releases the wisdom into a greater vibrational harmony. And that greater vibrational harmony waits for you. That moment of divine recognition is when your heart floats in that vibration. That is the ascended heart of the divine galactic blueprint. When the heart floats in the vibration, it opens as the double spiral infinite presence. Thereby, it is released from the attachment to density, holding and igniting your ascended chakras. When you are able to ignite and hold open your divine galactic blueprint, you sit in this vibration, and it is here in the divine galactic blueprint. It's reassembling. The divine galactic blueprint is the reassembly into your divine mastery presence. And this is why it's the 12 points of the divine mastery that in 2022, starting in January, and it's actually starting in November with ascended numerology and soul charting, The 12 points of the divine mastery presence are igniting. And this is why Shri and I must be with you all year. And please check out the Mastery Presence experience for 2022. We have never been able to do this before because the consciousness could not support it. And it's only happening because of those that are holding the presence to ignite the diamond ray at New Year. And the diamond ray is only igniting because the golden ray is happening right now. Because we have said yes, because the linear surfs are happening. So the 12 points of the divine mastery presence are the, I'm going to use the word levitated experience because that's very easy to do. And so it's that experience that will be moving humanity through. And those of us that are the gatekeepers, those of us that are the torches, those of us that are the Essene in form now, the 12 points of our illuminated presence are opening. And to shepherd those is an honor that we are all grateful to participate in. And Shri and I are honored for those of you that are ready to walk that journey with us as well, because we're walking it, and that's next year. And where it goes, we all will be co-creating together, but we're going to do it together. And so this is a very, very powerful reminder that fire releases the wisdom into a greater vibrational harmony. Imagine when your capacity to sit in that vibrational harmony is limitless. You get everything that's ever been burned or theoretically destroyed or whatever, it's all there. This is so outside of just one experience of what so many people have words of limitation on. This is literally Arjuna at the feet of Krishna, and Krishna opening up the all. And rather than saying, shut it down, I cannot handle it, Arjuna stands up and Krishna reaches out the hand, and the two come together as another hand is extended. We are standing up because we are ready to see and we are ready to be. It is here when the heart is floating in the vibration of ascended presence that it reassembles the you that is the wisdom carrier, the you that is the light body, literally reassembled back into that which you are, your divine mastery presence. So I want you to really breathe in how profound that is. And yes, there's the 12 books and they still exist and all of that, but I just want to go to the very last sentence right there where it says, these 12 still exist, right? And in not so distant future will be removed from the deep caverns where they are kept. What they're saying is that the ancient scrolls are ready to be revealed. Those caverns are literal, those caverns are spiritual, those caverns are etheric, right? And you will say, oh, I understand this. For I have studied these 12 books before, because, hands to heart, I am breath. I am alive is the consciousness expressing, just as we heard earlier, to be, to express. I am alive carries the conscious awareness of the action. So we're all being invited to these states of presence, Shri.
Let's take a breath.
Let's take that breath.
Beloved angels of precious light, let us begin at the beginning.
Good place.
In your world now, there are those who slumber, who simply need your patience and presence. There are those who are somewhat awake, in that dream state, touching in, touching out. What is real, what is not? Seeking to know, yet seeking to stay. Seeking to be, yet drowsy to beingness. And these beings awaken in their own time and pace as you provide and hold energy for them.
I want to just point out, they're saying it's not your job to awaken them, right? They're going to awaken in their own space. What your job is to what? provide and hold energy for them, right?
Yes.
All right.
Then there are those who are indeed awake. In the awakenedness, you rediscover self-discovery.
With a smile.
The recognition that indeed there is no thing to study because you are alive now.
This is the action. It's not about studying. It's not about looking. It's not about searching. It's about the being, the expressing, and the doing of that action.
You may ask, why author these 12 books again? Because these books are an energy reunion that will invite all to be asleep, to be drowsy, or to be awake. These are the states of presence. And in your world, there are many strata within these presences.
So the asleep, the drowsy, and the awake are all states of presence. You can be very, very present in a sleepy state. You can be very, very present in a drowsy state, very, very present in the awakened state. They are all states of presence. And what they're saying is that because these books are being released again, because we are here now, it means we're at a time where the energy is at a moment where it is literally forcing that coagulation. And it's going to be, are you sleepy? Are you drowsy? Are you awake? And so it's going to be like a thicker soup to navigate. So it's a very important discernment that they're offering here.
Yes, good breath. So let's return to the PDF.
Whew, there we are. All right.
So in your world now, there are many strata within these presences. To be in a seen energy is to recognize as a being of light, you are not of this world. And to recognize your body is of this world, serving the being of divine light.
So you're going to want to read that more than once and just really take that in. Let's continue.
Your body is a great gift of this world. It houses and synergizes with your true form. To be formless while enjoying form is the mastery of a seeing wisdom. To be formless while in form. To be formless while in form.
To be formless while in form is that conscious, awakened mastery presence. It's that illuminated 12-point experience of the knowing that the mastery presence is here in service to this experience of co-creation.
To awaken to your mastery is your journey. To be drowsy with your mastery is a journey. To be asleep with your mastery is a journey. And you may find yourself experiencing many states at once until you anchor into the mastery presence that goes beyond the doubt of any perception of formlessness in form.
The experience of 2022, the mastery presence, the anchoring.
Many consider the Essene at the time of what you call the Christ energy. Yet, beloved, the energy of the Essene has been in your world long before then. In this linear time, your presence, carrying the seed of Essene heart energy that led to the birth of what you call Christ energy, as a formless energy within form, began birthing itself in the 4th century BC.
So let's just breathe that in. Okay, continue.
The presence of Essene energy grew as your expressions grew. there was a renaissance of this energy, a great creative time in your world that led up to the birthing of a Christ energy. The Essene energy birthed and assisted until it became dormant in what you call or would call roughly 200 AD.
So again, notice the word dormancy. That was a very specific choice by the Essene, that the Essene energy birthed and it assisted and then went into a dormancy around 200 AD. Let's continue.
As formalized clergy and doctrine society birthed, the remnant of the Essene were burned as their books were burned, bodies of flesh sent to a fiery farewell. We share this for you to understand that to carry the energy of the true heart of an Essene is not about following one particular energy. It is not to be saved. For indeed, the energy of saving was what birthed the dormancy.
This paragraph, and I encourage you, go back to your PDF, look it over again, go back to the video. This paragraph is really a call to your higher consciousness experience of the all that is, and it's a very profound meditation if you spend quite a bit of time with it.
The Essene energy exists to comfort those who are asleep, to be present for those who are drowsy, and to be with those who are awake.
Underline, highlight, exclamation points, because sincerely, Shri and I have been living this since the day we remember the last time these books were delivered to the planet. And to receive this again now really does carry even greater potency and stunning clarity and discernment.
Take breath. To comfort those who are asleep, to be present for those who are drowsy, and to be with those who are awake.
Taking a breath, imagine your life. Simple, right?
We offer this because indeed your world now is ready for this energy to come forward again. To awaken an Essene heart awakens the transcendence of alliance to one world only.
Awakens the transcendence of alliance to one world only. This is a direct invitation to the thought system to sincerely relax outside of any remnant limitation within that would even for a moment doubt the expansiveness of consciousness and the co-creative capacity of the universal experience. And to really own that is how you awaken your Essene heart, because you immediately lift into universal consciousness. Thereby, you can only see the higher good for all, because it is what you are as I am.
An Essene heart understands and expands into universal energy as the recognition of expansion. We offer this to you today. Simply embrace your own heart. Ask yourself, have I walked as an awakened Essene before? Know the answer you receive. And in the asking of the question, you may see a planet that may not look like Earth. You may see an environment that is in a form very different than the formless expression of form that you are in now. You may experience many. This form of time literally takes one point and another point and folds them together again in the great cycle. Why do we share this? Why do we share this with us now? To offer you many, many energies. To understand yourself as formless, beyond form, is to understand that in the expression of form that you are now, you come with an Essene heart. An Essene heart holds presence for those who are asleep, gifting them great reassurance and comfort. You cannot teach the asleep, beloved. They cannot hear if they are asleep. You may wish to pinch them awake, and avoid pinching one who is asleep. They will simply wake up with a bruise and wonder where it came from. You cannot teach what is not ready to be understood.
Breathe that in. And then remember, your life is a teaching, is it not?
As we cannot and have not, out of great compassion, brought forward these 12 books until your world was ready. Young children of your world sometimes are 100 years old.
True.
As you grow, you are ready to hear again. What we offer is beyond a word or a vocabulary. It is the recognition that will once again ignite your truth. Your world now has many screaming, I want to know. Invite your heart to love them enough to understand what it is you share. First, love yourself enough to know, am I asleep? Am I drowsy? Am I awake?
Now take in a breath. Love yourself enough, meaning have no fear to look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Lift up into your higher consciousness. Wrap your arms around yourself and witness and know. Love yourself enough to know. Am I asleep? Am I drowsy? Am I awake? And to just simply gaze with a smile rather than judge without one. Let's continue.
To be drowsy is to be half asleep and half awake. To be awake is to walk without doubt, to let go of judgment of those who are asleep, to simply offer them comfort without a need to pretend, or convert.
That's important. That's saying without any ulterior motive, to just simply offer comfort.
Great conversion energy exists in your world now.
Let's breathe that in.
Both conversion and savior energy comes from those who are still asleep.
So breathe that in, because again, they're referring to presence. They're referring to the evolution of presence, or the states of presence, as they were talking about. So in the sleeping energy, which means I'm very much, I really see the density world. I'm here to live in this world. That's what I do. That energy, savior energy, victim consciousness is all born and thrives among the sleeping.
To bury books that were written to present to the awake as a comfort and verification that they have awakened. To burn and bury these books is done by one who is asleep.
Because they cannot understand what they cannot see.
Have mercy on that. Have mercy on yourself. To burn a body because it carries awakened energy is an action of one who is asleep.
Have mercy on them. Have mercy on yourself.
To free a soul is a great celebration, even though the physical body may not enjoy the moment of freedom, the soul does.
Powerful discernment.
It is a gift to remember that in your world, the ancient texts that have struggled to be present without manipulation, the only text that can exist without manipulation is the text of your soul.
So let's just stop right there. There's a footnote here. And Sri, I'll let you read the footnote.
This is a direct reference to the code of the soul as called forward through ascended numerology. Through the sacred sequence of incarnation, the scroll of the soul's journey was gifted to those offered the blessing of birthing a master into form.
So this is really important when you come back up here and they're sharing right where we were reading that the only thing, because of the manipulation of the text, because of what's happening, that the ones that have struggled, you know, that there's very few texts, ancient texts that have not been manipulated, meaning that they have had an intersection of the pure transmission, so to speak, with the overlay of the density consciousness. And so the code of the soul, and this is why as humanity, as we are lifting up into those 12 points of that freed heart expansion, this is why the code of the soul is so important. This is why the code of the soul needs to be offered to as many as possible. You, as one who has experienced this experience before, at the moment of birth, an ancient scroll was offered to those that were shepherding you so that your mastery was assured, so that you could then offer scrolls. And then these scrolls, this system, which was heavily manipulated down into a 9-number system instead of the full 13 potentiality of all that is, including the infinite void, said, we're going to disconnect you from that ability to reconnect with that information, utilizing the systems of the world that you are creating in. Because we do have these opportunities to do that. So this is why in November, here we are starting the Lost Books of the Essene right now, but coming right up November 7th, the one thing that Shri and I were very clear on was that when the ancient Essene came forward, when all of the Ascended Masters came forward, that the soul coding lineage experience needs to be revealed as its entire experience before the diamond ray can open. And that it is actually the ignition of the mastery presence. And so if your heart calls you at all, please go to Shri and Kira, get into Ascended Numerology. And once you are in that experience, the soul coding Ascended Numerology experience, know that if you choose to move forward with us for the entire year, that becomes part of it. So it's really a very valuable moment for you. And it's a valuable moment for humanity, because whether you would want to ever offer scrolls to others, whether you just want to know how to do it for your family or other friends, or just even understand why the code of your soul matters, it's how we become together as one, because each is able to witness the soul's journey of another, thereby supporting it and expanding it. So powerful discernment.
This ascended numerology that Master Lady Kira Ra is sharing with you in November will ignite a deeper recognition, a deeper knowing of your journey and your capacity to be of service to all.
And I found it very fascinating that here the Essene are talking about it. And when these books first came out, we had not been offering, I wasn't even able to offer that system yet. So this is really quite, I found it very humbling and very powerful to read.
To birth an Essene heart is to comfort those who are asleep, to be present for those who are drowsy, and to be with those who are awake. We simply offer the text of the first book, Beloved Ones, the simple mantra. Comfort those who are asleep, be present for those who are drowsy, be with those who are awake. The brethren Essene that you often remember now is because they were closer in this linear time. They chose to wear white as a symbol of divine light and luminosity. Their bodies, physical bodies, were kept very clean because of the need to radiate light. If you choose to work with the asleep, offer them comfort, then offer them a glass of water as the divine flow of their own life. When they reach for that which is less nourishing to their soul, offer them comfort in the water of life. Hold your hands on the glass as an Essene heart. Hold the glass in your hands as you feel your Essene heart radiating into the glass. Simply offer them the water as a gift of renewed life. It is a simple gift. It is an ancient gift. You are in a world where water is becoming more and more precious for many reasons. And as you offer this water, do not offer words or judgments. Simply offer comfort. To be awake can be perceived sometimes in your world as severe. To be awake does not demand patience with the drowsy when they demand to know to be awake. You assist the drowsy to wake up by not diminishing your own awakenedness.
You assist the drowsy to wake up by not diminishing your own awakenedness. This is a profound, profound reminder that when we succumb, when we bow or let ourselves believe we are less than that which we are not assisting others to wake up in that moment. Indeed, what we are doing is inviting ourselves to become drowsy again. And so you, the you master, you assist the drowsy. How can you assist them to wake up? Not by speaking about it, not by asking them to, not by trying to rationalize, by simply not diminishing your own awakenedness, knowing that in your own awakenedness, you are a radiant mirror for all around you. Thereby, there will be those who love what they see and those who absolutely don't. Yet, you are not diminishing your own awakenedness. So really breathe that in.
There is a great misperception in your world. This diminishes awakenedness and causes some to be afraid to hold strength and presence in their awakenedness. This is one of the gifts of having a body.
And this is so powerful because they're saying, remember the fear, they talked about this earlier. How can you be a master in clarity if you carry any fear? And if you are afraid to hold the strength and presence because you're afraid of what others may think or feel, then what you've done is diminished your own awakenedness. And you're actually bonding with a coarser frequency of drowsiness, thereby making your clarity more challenging. All right.
To hold strength in awakenedness is not to waver when others say, I cannot. To hold strength in awakenedness is to alert the drowsy who have sought to be awake when they are falling asleep again. We offer an example.
All right, let's hear this example.
Many are with their own understanding that they are drowsy and say, help me awake, help me fully awake. This energy arises from the heart and not the mind. A mind will demand, a heart will uplift.
Notice that. The mind demands, right? It's a very demanding energy. It likes you worried. It likes you fearful. It likes you ruminating, right? The heart offers inspiration, solution, positivity, and thereby the solutions come in. And this is something the mind can't stand because it doesn't want to believe that a solution can come in through a joy-based experience, when the truth is it always will.
Yes. When the energy of the heart says, help me awake, then if you are indeed awake, do not falter in your assistance and be present for the drowsy. To be present for the drowsy is not a model of saving.
Right? To be present for the drowsy means that you are holding strength in your awakenedness. That's the gift. That's the gift.
To keep many asleep, they are dogmatically engaged.
Now breathe that in. To keep many asleep, they are dogmatically engaged. So it's saying that they have given all of their power and attention and focus to that which is a series of rules and experiences that makes them feel comfortably. It's an engagement.
And staying asleep can be a wonderful experience.
Exactly. It can feel comforting. It can feel wonderful.
And It is a wonderful experience to be in the presence of sleeping, because indeed it will make you drowsy.
So here is what they're saying: to be. It is a wonderful experience when you are fully awake in the presence of the sleeping. It's a wonderful experience because to hold that state of awakened consciousness will start trying to make you drowsy. It's very much like trying to pull an all-nighter for the exam, right? If you're up all night, you're not going to be as functional when the time comes. And so it's a very powerful example.
At some point, you can only sleep so much.
That's true.
Then you begin to awaken. When you have slept so long, it is hard to find clarity and becomes challenging to be awake.
You know that the oversleep, right? You know, you
Yeah.
slept so long, you have a hard time waking up again.
You want to be drowsy. Within drowsiness, it takes an awakened one to say, wake up, to grab your attention. Oftentimes, a master in their awakenedness may seem stern to one who is drowsy. And to one who is awake, there is only presence and love. For one who is asleep, you offer comfort. Perhaps they just need another blanket. If one is sleepy, help them sleep comfortably.
Sincerely. If they are sleeping well, then they have no effect on you, do they? Because do you spend your days watching and learning about those who are sleeping? Or, I mean, are you watching them with baby cams all day? Because that's essentially what that energy is. Or are you doing you? Are you being? Are you in that creative flow of the expression, right? To be, to express.
Beloved ones, there is much more to share. This is the first of the 12 books. There is one other piece of this book for you to hear. The ones you called Abraham and Moses were not born of this world.
So let's breathe that.
They have offered great service to this world. In their energetic expression embodied on this world, and through many years of taking their words into dogmatic expressions, there are truths, there are half-truths, and there are density alignments. We wish for you to understand this. It is indeed your own lineage of light, love, and expression. Yes, you have come forward in this world now, when you can let go of linear time, when you can understand that we wish for you to hear this in the spirit it is meant. So we take a moment.
So let's take a moment and look at that footnote, because this is important. When you can let go of linear time, when you can let go of linear time, when you can understand that. Now, understand, as we know, is code for the left brain. So if we go down here, what this is saying is that this affirms why this ensoulment was unlocked right now. It absolutely affirms it, because as this first year of the experience of concentric dimensionality, we have all arrived at the moment of actually understanding what it means to let go of linear time that did not exist prior to this moment. And so they're specifically saying, we waited until you could get it, right? And that's important. When you can let go of linear time, when you can understand that, meaning the left brain can relax enough to go, wait a minute, yeah, this actually, I can accept this. I do get it. I do see it. When you can hear it in the spirit it's meant. So that's really a call of trust and saying, okay, beloved divine mastery presence, we know that you're the one we're speaking with right now. So here we are.
There are those in your world now who chose to forever stay bound to this world, to not wake up, as you would say, because this is their gift and birthright. You teach only what can be understood.
And they're saying, pay attention, notice.
Teaching what can be understood throughout the millennia of teaching, there is a teaching beyond the teaching. What you perceive as commandments Let us talk about this for one brief second. The story as it has been given to you.
That's important. As it has been given to you.
Is that he came down from the hill with the commandments that were given so that all may live. In the great wisdom of the one who brought the energies you may express in love and safety, the commandments that were given were the ones that could be understood.
So this is very much after we've just heard, okay, so Moses was not of this world, yet Moses, when these in the story as we've all been given, whatever, when these commandments were offered, they were given at the level of consciousness that could understand and need that form of experience.
In the great wisdom of the one who brought the energies you may express in love and safety, the commandments that were given were the ones that could be understood. There was a greater set offered. As you understand that you are the love of the divine presence in all time,
In all times.
there is no need for a commandment.
Let's continue, breathe.
You are loved so much. There are many not ready to understand that truth of their divine presence. And if you love them enough and give them what they can understand so that they may keep moving forward, you let go of trying to make it be other than that.
Judgment releases, expectations are discarded, and the expression of active presence is.
We will not offer you words more than this because we wish you to truly embark on a linear journey with us of what you call calendar time as we offer you these 12 books. If you digest these books and begin to rewrite your own, you will understand that the energy offered to you today has always been given to you through your world.
Breathe in.
For those that wish to study the events between specifically 29 and 46, between 1929 and 46, you will see the cycle you are in now. What you choose to do with this cycle by reactivating your Essene knowledge and heart will bring forward great freedom in a way you have not had before. You may ask who is talking to you today. We wish to share that on the stream of what you know as the benevolent ones, we are your Essene brethren, talking to you directly through the unification of the benevolent ones and the key 12, who have been the holders of the 12 books since the time of dormancy. We come to you now, as we have always been, beloved ones. When we see you, you are still wearing the white robes. You are still the divine healers of presence that many flock to. You have lived all over this world and many others. We have waited for this moment in your vibrational history so that this moment of revelation could come. We understand that many are afraid of this revelation. You understand because you are. You have lived this gift. It is time for the knowledge to be in your presence again. You are the divine of the divine of the divine. Your world is ready to act out in great ways. In the times that you have been on this planet before, it is your time to activate again. We love you.
Take in a breath.
We have missed you very much, and we celebrate this moment now. Right, beloved ones, heal, beloved ones. You are great healers. You are great healers. Your world is ready for you now.
Your world is ready for you now. We love you. This is book 1. This is a moment that we are so grateful that you are here with us now. And we are going to be leaving this video up all week long because it's that important. And we pray that you will join us again next Monday. And perhaps during the week, consider offering some of your love to all of those that are really in need right now. Just go to ShriKira.com or click a link below. Find out about our Indigenous outreach programs. Get the PDFs. Join us for more in-depth experience. And know that your ignited heart, your mastery presence on this planet right now matters. If you like what you see, please subscribe and please let others know about us because it's the only way they're going to find out, and we would be grateful because together we are better.
We love you.
Namaste.